Orioles Hall of Famer Cal Ripken Jr. has a very long list of accomplishments. We know that, but one tends to stand out above all the others.
Yeah, he's played more consecutive games than anybody who's ever touched a Major League Baseball field, a record that may not ever be broken, and 30 years later, he tells me it feels better than it ever has.
The 30-year anniversary, can you believe that? 30 years since that wonderful night on September 6th where I passed Lou Gehrig. We're going to celebrate that at the ballpark.
The night Cal Ripken Jr. broke a record that at the time seemed unbreakable. 3 decades later, he's really just now soaking it in.
I've never been someone to look back on things because you're thinking, okay, live in the moment, move forward, that sort of thing. It was great back then in that time. But I find myself a little bit more nostalgic this time around. You remember the people and the players that were with you when that all happened, so that's cool.
From that day, I mean, you had a great game. But for you, what was the moment that stuck out the most that day?
Well, I mean, sometimes people call it an attendance record, and sometimes I took offense to that, is that you need to be deserving to be in the lineup, you come to the ballpark every day, the manager chooses you and you play.
So what kind of mindset does it take to get to 21-31 and beyond? How about the kind that tells you getting hurt is a good thing?
And I discovered early on that sometimes an injury really helps you play. I hyperextended my elbow one time sliding to second base. Really difficult to swing the bat. And it made me focus and concentrate on the ball coming to home plate. I got a good pitch to hit, had a little shorter swing, and all of a sudden I was hitting doubles and home runs. And so I always thought that whatever little injury I had, there was a silver lining in there somewhere, and the only way you'd find it is if you went out there and played.
Every game, he was also on a mission to make Cal Sr., his father and first coach, proud.
Having a dad around for the first 11 years as a coach, I found it very difficult that I had a little nagging injury to actually face him and say I couldn't play. So maybe he was the impetus for playing all the time. But I had a special moment looking up in the box with my dad. My dad was up there, and it seemed like there was 1,000 words that were going back and forth between that few seconds.
A milestone that solidified his unique spot in Major League Baseball history and his nickname.
Did you ever think that all those years ago as a rookie that the moniker Iron Man would be attached to your name?
No. It wasn't my intention, and even in the midst of it, when I had 1,000 games, 1,200 games, it wasn't my intention to surpass Lou Gehrig. My intention was to improve each day, come to the ballpark ready to play.
For a man who prides himself on always being ready to go, what possibly give him the pregame jitters on the game's 30th anniversary?
I was trying to do my homework for this.
For yourself.
Well, it won't be the ceremonial first pitch.
Well, I fixed that out. I'm not throwing that first pitch. My son's going to throw that first pitch to me. All the pressure is going to be on him. I just have to catch it.
So he's not really worried about first pitch, more so the first speech.
For those who are going to be celebrating with you on Saturday and looking forward to this big night, what do you have to say to them?
I'm working on it right now.
You know what? If his track record proves anything, I think we can bet on Iron Man rising to the occasion. Oh, man, it's going to be a great night.
It just takes you back, I was a 5th grader at that time, and I just remember watching that game and not really truly understanding, the significance.
The magnitude.
But I knew it was a big deal, and I knew, Cal Ripken Jr.'s name just became a household name. Everybody knew him.
And I grew up in Texas, and I knew his name.
Right.
So the Orioles will celebrate the 30th anniversary of the 21-31 game this Saturday at Camden Yards. The O's taking on the Dodgers. Cal told me he wants to just say a few words and then get out the way so the guys can play ball.
That's very Cal Ripken.
Spoken like him.
Yes.
So, also, I talked to him about the bobblehead, the Iron Man bobblehead.
Yes, the superhero.
And he was just like, everybody keeps talking about this thing. It must be a big deal. It's pretty cool and all. And then he's talking about the fact that everybody's calling him because now they want a bobblehead. They're like, Cal, where do we get these? He's like, I don't know. So,
I know.
So,